Dear candidates, I welcome you all on behalf of the Staff Selection Commission and wish you very best for your skill examination. I am here to dictate you a passage of 800 words at speed of 80 words per minute. But before that, you will be given two trial passages of 1 minute at interval of 20 seconds to get you acquainted with my voice. After completion of two trial passages, your actual passage will automatically start after 30 seconds without any further intimation or warning. These two trial passages need not be typed in your actual transcription. You can also cross them to avoid any sorts of confusion. 10 seconds to start. Sir, I rise to support the railway budget for 1992-93. The railways are one of the biggest media for communication and to carry people and the goods and serve the nation. Here we have found that the railways are really aware of their duties and responsibilities, and it is one source by which our economy can gain momentum and which helps to fulfill our social obligation. We respect the Indian Railways. However, there is still room for improvement of services to be rendered to individual passengers. This will help in the development of the tribal belt in both the states and will provide many opportunities to the people of the area. This is a very long pending demand with the central government. I hope the Honorable Minister would think in this direction and satisfy both the states. The performance of the railways is satisfactory when we see the data provided by the minister. The growth of passenger traffic is 5%. There is control on the working expenses. Globalization can be defined as a process of integration of the Indian economy with the world economy. Globalization has been taking place for the past 100 years, but it has sped up enormously over the last half century. It has increased the production and exchange of goods and services. Globalization is a positive outcome of privatization and liberalization. Globalization is primarily an economic process of interaction and integration associated with social and cultural aspects. It is said to be an outcome of different policies to transform the world towards greater independence and integration. To explain, in other words, globalization is a concept or method of interaction and union among people, corporations, and governments universally. After urbanization and globalization, we can witness a drastic change in the Indian economy. The government administered and established economic policies are imperative in planning income, investment, savings, and employment. These economic policies directly influence while framing the basic outline of the Indian economy. Indian society is critically impacted by cross culture due to globalization, and it brought changes in different aspects of the country in terms of political, cultural, economic, and social. However, the main factor is economic unification, which contributes maximum to a country's economy into an international economy. Mahatma Gandhi, while speaking about rights and duties of people, had said that the true source of light is duty. If we all discharge our duties, right will not be far to seek. If leaving duties unperformed, we run after rights. They escape as such. By incorporating the provisions relating to fundamental duties into our constitution, our parliament has made it abundantly clear that while being alert about their rights, citizens should also be conscious of their duties. Fundamental duties also remind the people of their moral responsibilities. It can be said that the soul of the Constitution lies in its preamble and in the parts pertaining to fundamental rights, directive principles, and fundamental duties. Rights and duties are two sides of the same coin. Our Constitution provides the fundamental right to freedom of speech and expression, and it also enjoins upon citizens the duty to safeguard public property and to abjure violence. Therefore, if someone misconstrues the meaning of the freedom of speech and expression and is about to damage some public property, then another who prevents him from indulging in such an act of violence and anarchy will be seen as a dutiful person. Therefore, we need to perform our duties and thereby create circumstances which would ensure effective protection of rights. Developing the spirit of humanism is also a fundamental duty of citizens. To serve with compassion towards all is also inherent in this duty. I would like to mention one Srimati Muktaben of Gujarat, on whom I had the honor of conferring Padma Shri at Rashtrapati Bhavan this year. Despite losing her eyesight in her childhood, she devoted her whole life to the welfare of others. She has brightened the lives of many visually impaired girls. In rising to speak on the budget, one would naturally extend one's good wishes to the new finance minister for his heroic efforts in tackling a situation which was both difficult and complicated. It is not my intention to go into the details of the budget or even to touch upon various matters of policy concerning it. I would only like to refer to a few important aspects of the various problems which have arisen on consideration of the budget. Personally speaking, I welcome the decision of the finance minister to take a comprehensive view of both the revenue account and the capital budget account in assessing the correct financial position of the country. But I cannot congratulate him in the manner in which he proposes to meet the deficit in the capital budget account. The net result of what he proposes to do will be to reduce the cash balances to about rupees 42 crores. So far as taxation is concerned, my honorable friend spoke with considerable hesitation because I know much of what he was saying he did not mean. But so far as the taxation program is concerned, it does hit the middle and the poor people. The proportion of indirect taxation has come to nearly 60%. None knows better than the finance minister that the normal distribution between direct and indirect taxation in any progressive country would be 50-50. The darkest spot in the budget is that we are almost reaching the end of our resources. If I could think aloud, there is the possibility of the death duty being imposed, but that matter has been shelved. I know there are difficulties. You may impose a land tax throughout the country. You may re-invoke the salt duty, though there may be sentimental objection to that.